spring.
They just move very, very slowly.
Now take a look at the sea star's arms. We have a very special name for their arms. We call them rays. How many rays does a sea star have?
Yeah, it looks
5,
like
that's
it, but
right.
he
Wait a second. I've got one over here that's got 4. And that one over there's got 6. How did that happen?
Okay, now just hold it underneath the water. There you go.
Yeah, you're doing well, you're doing well.
There you go. Hold it under the water so that it can breathe. Can you see its feet?
Oh, I'm sorry, what's the last part?
Okay, those little things in here are its feet, and that's how it moves.
That's right, their legs do shrink back if they don't eat. That'll happen to many animals. But what I heard said is they might lose one of their legs to a predator, right? That's right, that's very common. You'll see that around our tide pool here. We've got some very aggressive birds at SeaWorld. Well, guess what happens? When one of these animals loses one of those legs, they can actually regrow and regenerate that leg back. And when they do, sometimes these animals will grow back 2 legs instead of 1. Just like this six-legged sea star right over here. So it's possible. There are also some sea stars that have a lot of rays just because it's part of who they are, like the sunflower star, which can grow up to 22 rays. We have an example tucked away in the corner in the tide pool over on my far right over the bridge, and in Aquarium de la Mer right across the way you can see a sunflower star. Kind of looks more like an octopus than a sea star because of all those rays. Now, who here's never held a sea star before?
Yeah.
You guys want to? Remember, you can hold any of the sea stars as long as you keep them under the water. And I'll tell you what happens. When you hold that sea star, an incredible thing happens. The sea star's going to hold on to you once you show that you are a very stable, rigid structure. Now, you're going to feel their 2 feet hold on to you if you hold that sea star in your hand for a minute. At the very end of that 2 feet, they have a balloon-like reservoir called an ampulla. And that ampulla is covered with muscular fibers. Now, bye Rick, everyone say bye Rick. Bye Rick. Now, when you hold that sea star in your hand for a minute and you've shown that sea star that you are a really stable structure, those muscular fibers that cover the ampulla are going to contract. And that ampulla deflates. And that 2 foot is going to stretch out, filled with water, and that's when you feel that sea star holding on your hand. Isn't that incredible? What do they eat? I just got asked a great question. What do the sea stars eat? Some of the sea stars, like the small ones in this pool, eat algae, and they'll eat leftovers from other animals. The sea stars over the bridge, however, eat small fish, crabs, mollusks, and they eat other sea stars, like these sea stars. So there's